Hi everyone, this is the next thing I'll be reviewing. This is probably the best part of the reviews. It's the my mixing desk which I've ordered, and I always go for Thomann. This is the website here, Thomann, and it's usually .de. I think it's in Germany or Denmark or something like that. Yeah, and this is I ordered this the first, and it's the third thing to come. This is part 3 of the opening, not the review. This is just the opening. There will be a review as of everything. So I can see why it's took a long time, as it's such a big box, you know. This has come from here. It's DHL. This is the stick of a DHL. And that's brought it from Germany to the United Kingdom. Then Parcel Force has brought it from wherever the depot is for DHL, and they brought it up to my house today by Parcel Force. So let's get it open. Let's see what it looks like. They've got these sort of big staples in the box, so that's definitely secure. So one sec, what I'll do, I'll pause it and I'll show you what it's like when it's open, alright? Hi everyone, and after some gentle persuasion we have the box open, and it's mainly some of this these airbags sort of thing, you know, they're full of air. Yeah, they're good to pop. Anyway, no one's bothered about this, everyone's bothered about what's inside the Behringer XENYX X2222 USB or X2222, any way you want to say it. Here it is. So I'm just going to get rid of the box on the bed, so I can give me a second. There we go, and here it is. I've watched other people do reviews on these mixers, and everyone just likes to look at the box first. So it says here the X2222 USB premium 22 input 2x2 bus mixer with XENYX mic preamps and compressors, British EQs, 24-bit processing unit, and USB audio interface. And here's a really nice picture of the mixer. And if you're into QR codes, there's a little one down here if you like them. And over here I've got 12 input 2x2 bus, and it just tells you 8 state-of-the-art phantom powered XENYX preamps and 8 compressors with LED indicator. Okay, and just on top we hear you, and on the back, you know, another great picture on the back of the mixer. It says free downloadable software, and that you can edit the effects. Okay, so let's open it up. Okay, here we go. Now put it down on here so you can see. Okay, so what we've got first is we've got the power cable and the USB. Oh, but sadly it's the European one, so it's on with 2 prongs. Oh well, that will have to be have an adapter on. And I think that's really good that they give you the USB. That's really handy, that. Because these have got built-in audio interfaces, so so you don't have to buy a little interface. So that's really good. That saved you quite a lot of money. Okay, and great, they give you rack mounts as well. So if you want to rack mount it, they give you these. That's great that they give you them free as well. Okay, now to the mixer. You know, you got these little polystyrene, you know. Okay, and wow, here it is. And you know, you just got some other documentations. Wow, here it is. That is stunning. That is amazing. Okay, so let's get it open. Securely sellotape. Wow. Here it is. Isn't that just beautiful? Wow. And you get some of these, you know, it's silicone gel to stop any water getting in. But hey, the pictures on the website give no just as how like lovely this is. Now you got, it says on the website 60mm sliders. Wow, this is beautiful. I can't even believe I've actually got it. Wow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take the camera off the stand. I'm going to get a close-up at everything, okay? Now, as I said, this isn't the actual review. This is just the opening. So I'm just going to give you, just a quick, not super duper quick, but you know, just enough to get an idea of what you get on the board. This is the Xlr inputs. You know, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 6 Xlr inputs. Okay, you got balanced and unbalanced. Probably for, you know, if you have a jack microphone, which I do, the Stag MD500. I'll probably be buying an XLR cable for that. Okay, here's the low cut. You know, 75 Hertz to 18 decibel OCT. Here's the gain knob. Okay, and you've got the plus 10, plus 60, minus 10, plus 40. Don't know what that means. Here's the compressor with the LED light. Okay, here's the EQ. You got the high, mid. You got 2 mids, which is pretty nice. The low, so the bass. This will be the treble. Mids. Here's the low here. You got your monitor send, your auxiliary send. Well, it's used for monitors, which is somewhere. There'll be a monitor send somewhere. You know, if you wanted on a show and you wanted to hear yourself, what you do is put it in the monitor send, and you can hear yourself. Okay, and here's the pre-send. You press that. And here's the effects, which is controlled over here. Okay, and you've got your pan. Be called balance in any other situation. So you got it. If you're using this in stereo, what you would do, if you wanted a channel, so if you wanted to hear, if you're listening to a stereo song in your ears, in your earphones or headphones, you could only hear it out the left ear. And if it's panned hard right, you can only hear it out the right ear, and if it's in the middle, you've got an equal balance. Okay, and here's the slider. You know, this is the main mix. You press this, and it'll be in the main mix. Your sub. You know, you got your subgroup. So if you wanted to sub the, you know, all the drums, you've got some of these for drums. 4 for drums or something like that. The bass or the kick, cymbals and all that. What you could do, you can instead of turning each individual down. If you got it nice, so see, that's a nice sound, right? Yeah, if that's a nice sound, what you could do, put them in the sub mix and control the subs over here and put them at unity gain. And what you can do is just turn down that. It'll turn down, okay. And everything else is in the main mix. It'll just come out of the main mix, left and right, okay. I'll put that back onto main mix. Okay, and you've got your solo. So if you wanted this on solo, you could just press that. right? And you've got like a little clip LED, which is good. Which you got a pre-fade lesson over here. This is what the gain and the for the gain, yeah. This is to use for gain. You don't want anything in the red, you know. If you're in, you know, yellow, fine. As soon as you hit that red, you're probably going to distort your sound, which is not very good. And then you can, when you've got that in the yellow or mainly the green zone, you've got more control when you're using the main mix or the sub mix or the, you know, the channel. Okay, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the other inputs here. You've got the stereo auxiliary returns. So this is probably the you know, the monitors, I'm guessing, because I don't think there's another output for the monitors. I'm guessing these are the, sorry, not returns, these are out aux send. I'm guessing these are them. You know, we'll have to read the manual. Okay, and you've got the aux send, effects out, stereo aux returns, but you can use the left as mono, which is good, you know. And okay, now that isn't actually a part of the this channel here, this one, of any of them, because this is just like, just pretend there was like a bit covering there. Okay, and you've got the this isn't, you could also use this as a stereo channel, so left and right. So if you wanted to use a stereo keyboard or electric what do you call them, electric drum kits, you can use left and right, or you could just use left, as left is mono. You don't put it in the right, you put it in left. And you've got 4 of them channels, which is pretty handy. And you've got, you know, you got the +4, -10. You know, you don't have compressors on this one, which I don't really mind. I'm only be using probably 2 XLRs, 2 mics, 2 amps. Probably then using the drum kit on here, then the what do you call it? Probably a big CD player or an iPad, which I use to play backing tracks on. Here we've got the 2-track USB input and output. So here's the input, and there's the output. Okay, so you can put like for example, a CD player if you wanted to use RCA cables instead of jacks. These are 1/4" jacks, which is to say. XLR 1/4" jacks. If you don't know what a 1/4" jack is, no, it's just a normal guitar lead. People probably know them by guitar leads anyway. Anyway, that's a good effects foot switch. There we go. Okay, and here's the phone, so that's pretty handy, yeah. And here we've got the 24-bit effects processor. Okay, and you have so 1 to 5. It's reverb. That's pretty handy. I like to use reverb. And ambience delay. You know, you got from 6 to 9. And you got chorus, phaser, flanger or flanger. Never heard that one before. Then you've got detune pinch. And you got pitch shifter. I think that's probably going to make your voice higher. And you got combination, you got delay and reverb, chorus and reverb. Okay, and I think this is a great little button here. If you haven't got the delay which you want on here, what you can do is just tap it in. And this little LED light, I'm pretty sure you can see that. It's green. That's the that'll show you the tempo. And what you do here is you just look through it and select it. Oh, here's the aux send. Here we go. So this is probably the monitors. 1, 2. That's probably on the back. Okay, and here's the little a little control panel, which you can record with. So if you wanted to hear the submix, what you do, make sure that all the other ones are up and push the submix 1 and 2, and you can hear it on the clipboard here. Alright, and you run it on main mix and that'll come up on here. So if you want to record, this would be you know, to record seen a video on how to do it, but you know, this is what the manual's for. Now let's have a look at the back. So just give me a minute, I'll spin it around. Okay, so here's the back. So I'll just get rid of this blanket at the bottom. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is the input. People call them a kettle input. I don't like to call them kettle inputs. It looks like a D. I call it a D. I'm pretty sure it's called an ICA cable. I'm pretty sure, but if not, you know. And here's the normal power for my microphone. This is the MD500 Stag. That'll, you know, be used for that. And this is for a condenser microphone, which is really handy, you know, just to have on, you know. This is called phantom power. It's plus 48 volts to power a condenser microphone for recording. Okay, and here's the USB interface built into the board. Pretty nice to have. I'm really happy that they've got that. Here's the main outputs. You've got two main outputs. You've got XLR and you've got jack, 1/4 inch jack. This is stereo, left and right, but if you wanted just to use one, left would be the one to go with. You got the sub outputs, possibly monitors. Then again, I have to read the manual. You got the control room out, which I've got no idea what they are for. And you got the channel inserts. Probably, I don't know. I'll have to read the manual on that. Yeah, but here it is, the XENYX. I had to watch a video on how to say that. I thought it looked, I thought it was in a different language, but it's supposed to say XENYX. And you've got the X22 USB, and the USB obviously means the USB interface. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll power it up in another video, and I'll show you how to use it. Alright, so thanks very much for watching. This has been the unboxing and sort of a review, but I'll put another review up. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.